Alright. Vassals, knights, kings, and queens. I am welshie-one, and I will be your guide to this amazing game of Crusader Kings 3. Let's get to it. Crusader Kings 3 is a medieval kingdom management grand strategy game crossed with role-playing elements. You'll play as a count, a king, an emperor, or even a queen, while setting out your own goals. Will you try to unite all of Africa? Will you rise a Viking tribe to glory, conquering the United Kingdom, or play as a vassal to a great king, perhaps murdering your way to the top? The game offers so many opportunities and ways to play, which is both its greatest strength and its weakness. Out of the gate, the game can be quite daunting. The game has an excellent tutorial to get you started, but can still leaving you dry or even having some questions. With this series, I hope to answer those questions and get you on your way to glory in Crusader Kings 3. In this video, we'll be focusing on you. Well, your ruler. You see, in Crusader Kings, you're not playing as the kingdom or the nation, but rather as the ruler themselves. Starting a new game, you'll have the option of either 867 or 1066, with games lasting through to 1453 or to the death of your entire family dynasty. You can play as many historical rulers, from Bjorn Ironside to King Louis II, or even create your own if you're not one for historical accuracy and just want to go off the beaten path. Here we have our start as Chieftain Duncan Mac of Ormond, over on the island nation of Ireland. This is arguably the best starting location for any of those learning Crusader Kings for the first time, and this is why the tutorial takes place on this island. Let's take a look at Mac's character sheet and his stats by simply clicking on his portrait in the bottom left corner of the screen. Taking a look at the personality traits, each character has 3 personality traits, all randomized at the start of each playthrough. As we can see here, Mac is callous, calm, and honest. While Crusader Kings 3 is a management game, it is also a role-playing game, with the role-playing elements coming into play during events and decisions throughout your playthrough. Playing against your character's personality will cause them stress and produce side effects. Too much stress, your character may become a drunk or start eating themselves to death. While playing into this personality will relieve you of stress. Let's take a look at the stats on Mac. All characters in Crusader Kings are made up of 6 separate stats. The first stat being the diplomacy stat, which is the character's ability in making friends and alliances. The next stat being the martial stat, the ability of leading their troops as well as how many troops they can have. Next being the stewardship stat, which is used for the generation of income as well as how many counties, kingdoms, and nations that this person can rule. The intrigue stat, the character's ability in seducing and murdering bitches and bastards while also preventing themselves being murdered by said bitches and bastards. Their learning stat, which is a combined stat for things of holy relation, generating piety, which is a religious point system, as well as their ability with medical related issues. Finally, there is their prowess stat. Not to be confused with martial, which is used for leading troops, their prowess stat is used on how well a character can fight. All stats are numbered out, with 10 being considered the baseline average. As you can see, with no stats being over 10, Mac is what we would consider hot garbage. But hopefully, through selective breeding and marriages, his offspring will surpass him and will get some better stats. Below my character stats, you can see the titles section on your character. These are the titles that your character currently holds, and the titles that your character has a claim to, but you'll have to go and earn it. Then off to the side, we have their character's resources. These are being split between dread, which is how fearful that people are of your character, gold, which is how much money your character has, prestige, which is your character's fame points, piety, which we can think of as religious good boy and girl points, and then finally your character's levy counts. This is their military might, made up of levy, champions, and other specialist units. We will cover all this under the King Management video that will be coming up in a later date. And then finally below that is your character's relationships, both direct and indirect, being between their family, relations if they've got any friends, wards, or rivals, the court, who are individuals that are currently in your kingdom at the moment, visiting or staffed, and then finally vassals, other powerful rulers who will serve you and who have bent the knee to your will. Finally, we have your character's lifestyle or skill tree. Here you'll be able to pick a focus between the 5 skills with 3 sub-focuses in each tree. During your character's childhood, they'll have had an education focus which will determine their skill tree of preference, which will generate additional XP. While you are not locked outside of the other trees, it just won't generate as much XP. As we can see here, Mac's skill tree of preference due to his childhood is the Stewardship Tree. Using the Stewardship lifestyle as a example, you can see off to the left here that you have 3 focuses. Each focus has their own benefit and will also determine on which events that you'll be generating throughout your playthrough. Over time, you'll gain perk points which you can then spend going down the tree as you see fit. Not being focused down on a particular tree, you can split it up between each of these trees as you see fit. Over time, you may find that you've set yourself up in a way that you're not having too much fun with, and you can easily reset your perk points as you see fit. And that will wrap it up on our first lesson on Crusader Kings 3 on actually knowing how to read your character sheet. Next, we'll talk about managing the kingdom. But till then, I'm welshie-one, your resident nerdy-ass gamer. Thank you for watching my video, and have a great day. If you've liked what you've seen, feel free to like and subscribe. We also stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Sunday, playing nerdy-ass games, such as Crusader Kings. We'd love to have you there, and we'll see you then.